is video of the unknown. What is it? Is it real? And what is it doing there?
Now they're speaking out, saying there are UFOs in U.S. airspace and they need to be taken seriously.
A family in Highland, Michigan believes their house is actually haunted and thinks something is harming their little girl.
They're unidentified in U.S. airspace.
The U.S. Navy has finally acknowledged that videos appearing to show UFOs flying through the air are real.
I'm Todd Bates. I've been investigating the paranormal for years, yet still have no definite answers. Join me on this mysterious journey as we discuss all things paranormal, right down to the little gnomes. Why do millions experience these mysterious phenomenon, yet we have no proof? Welcome to Haunted Voices Radio, where I try and gather the pieces that may one day form yet another puzzle. And a good evening, one and all. Welcome, Haunted Voices Live, once again, right here at WLTK-DB.com. Go to the website, check it out. Holy shnikes, Nicole.
Holy shnikes, Todd.
I know, I got to watch my mouth.
I'm just playing with you.
August 10th already.
I know.
I mean, the corn is, it's almost... What's going on?
The corn is. Well,
I mean, it is going by so fast.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Is there some quantum issue going on?
Government assisted time travel.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Right?
No, we got some good stuff. Want you guys, first of all, welcome and thank you to Miss Deidre backstage. She's going to be running the show this evening. She ran the show prior. She ran Realm of Darkness. Oh,
wow.
Oh, I was just, wow.
That's awesome.
It's
good job.
Really cool. She's doing a great job.
Yeah.
So be sure and everybody give a warm welcome to Deidre back there. She'll be managing their comments and all the good stuff so Nicole and I can talk to our wonderful guest, Miss Leslie Sampson, author, psychic medium, just awesome person, period. LeslieSampson.com. Be sure to check out her website. And then there's just so much we're going to talk about. But there's new shows coming this month, Nicole.
Nice.
Look at the schedule on the website, WLTK-DB.com. Right.
You know, it's there
somewhere. Go there, look at the new schedule. You'll see the new shows. Just click on them and you'll be able to get their descriptions and all that fun stuff. Now, next week, we're going to be talking with Miss Carol Hughes.
Great.
And coming up, we've got Rodney Blount coming up. This guy recently, like I told you, survived the avalanche, walked 10 miles to the hospital, just recently recovered from 4 surgeries.
That's intense right there. Amazing that he did that. You know, the body's a very strong thing. So is the mind and spirit. So, wow, that's amazing.
It is nuts. We're going to be talking with him. He's got a show coming to the station called Mind Matters. Also, John Kachuba is coming up, Nicole.
Oh, he's wonderful. I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Yeah, we haven't talked to him since October of 2020.
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, it'll be good to talk with him. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's got a new book coming out as well. Also, we're going to be grabbing Marie D. Jones.
Fantastic.
We're going to be talking about her book here, the Afterlife book.
Yeah, I'm actually in it.
Nicole's in it.
I'm in it. So
damn, the secret's out.
I know, right?
Thanks, Nicole.
Yeah.
There went the contest.
Yep. Oh, did I now? Oh my gosh.
No, you didn't. I'm kidding.
Oh, no. Shame on me with my big mouth, folks. Oh my gosh.
Oh, also coming up here, October 12th, American Ghost Stories from Tales from all 50 states. We're going to be having Michael, and I'm going to pronounce this correctly, hopefully, Kozlowski.
Wow.
He's going to be coming on. He's booked and ready to go. Confirm that
Awesome.
today. So these are from all 50 states. I've been digging through this book and loving it. So
I want to get a copy of it. Yeah, I like
yeah.
the cover too. It's just very
Yeah. Oh
powerful.
yeah. That girl on there.
Uh-oh. Don't get nightmares now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I will. But what we're going to do, we are going to skip off to a short break, folks. When we come back, we are going to bring on Miss Leslie Sampson, talk about herself, reintroduce her a little bit to you fine folks. Hi, honey. Hi, Megan, Bonnie, John. Oh, my goodness. They're coming in.
Oh, hi, guys.
And Ron from
Awesome.
GRS is here. Absolutely. So we're going to take a short break. Deidre, you play whatever you like, do your thing. We're going to do a lot of those tonight to kind of break you in a little bit. So no worry.
Awesome.
We'll be back in just a moment, folks. Hang tight. Download the new station calendar and never miss another show. To get it is simple and free. Just visit WLTK-DB.com to download or tap the subscribe button on our mobile app. Once the file is in your downloads folder, just double-click it, authorize it to your calendar, and boom, you have every show listed. Not only does it list the shows, but also the links to watch them live. We would like to thank Danny Loosemore for developing this for us and hope you enjoy it as much as we do. Get yours now at WLTKDB.com or just click subscribe on our mobile app. See you at the shows. Seven minutes past the hour. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Welcome back to Haunted Voices. Gotta love live radio.
Right.
I was telling everybody before the show, especially Nicole and Deidre and Leslie, that I am on the NyQuil, so bear with. Coming over a cold, so I may say a few things that may be off-putting. But other than that,
all good. It's all good.
Yeah, so just hang in there, folks. But first, I want to introduce her really quick here. She's a writer. She wrote her first fiction novel, get this, when she was 7 years old.
That is awesome. I remember her saying that.
Yep.
That's a feat. That's really a feat. So
She holds a bachelor in English. She has a bachelor's in English from the University of Kentucky in Lexington. Good school.
wow. Yeah.
First novel was published in 2004, and since then, she's written, contributed to several books, articles, magazines, online and print, film reviews, and newspaper. Her latest work is the accumulation of almost 20 years of research about twin flames, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit tonight, too. We'll touch on that for you folks that may not have been in to get into the discussion before, because it got pretty good. Pretty good. So without further ado, let's bring in the one and only Leslie Sampson. Hi, Leslie.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? I need the NyQuil, Todd. Can you pass it
Let's pass it around, shall we?
How are you guys?
Good.
We're doing good.
Great. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Sorry if my voice is scratchy, but I'm going to do my best not to cough. So
Now, trust me, the mute button will probably be hit many, many, many times. And sorry about the lighting in here, folks. Frank,
The lighting looks
over
great.
to the left, Frank.
Looks good. So good to talk with you again, Leslie. I'm
you as
excited.
well. You as well. I'm thrilled. I was telling everybody on social media that I'm so excited to come and talk to you guys. And then, we were having a bet on how long it was going to take me to start coughing. So here we go.
Well, let's get into this a little bit, because I have been noticing something, and hopefully you can help answer this. It's becoming confusing in the metaphysical world for me. I'm seeing psychic. I'm seeing spiritual sensitive. I'm seeing spirit sensitive. I'm seeing evidential medium. What are the differences? Who does who go to for what?
Good question.
Well, I love this question. I get this question a lot because I am actually a psychic medium. Now, there is a psychic and there is a medium. And the difference is basic. A psychic, which is anyone who does not communicate with spirit.
Ah,
A psychic actually reads energy. So basically, they're reading your energy, what's in your aura, what's going on. So if, for example, you have a nasty fight with somebody, and then you go in for a reading with a psychic, they're going to pick up on that energy because you just had a nasty fight. An evidential medium, a spiritual medium, a psychic medium. Medium, that word means that we communicate with those on the other side. It could be anyone from elementals to loved ones in spirit, all the way up into the upper echelon, where we talk with angels and things like that. I always, one of the first things that I was told in classes was, all mediums are psychic, because we can read the energy too, we just don't. But not all psychics are mediums.
Right.
So that's the difference, basically, is a psychic is reading your energy and medium is connecting with the divine on the other side. So that really is the difference.
Very well put.
And evident, now there are different levels that people categorize themselves as, this medium, that medium. Honestly, all mediumship should be evidential, meaning you should give as much evidence from those on the other side, from those communicators to their loved ones as you absolutely possibly can.
Right.
And so I get why people want to classify themselves, because there are some people who just get up there and give a few details and then get into the message. A few details, for an evidential medium. I'm an evidential medium. I will literally go from top to bottom and describe, what I see, what I experience, how I'm feeling. It's like I'm interviewing them and asking questions. And so the more answers that I can give is better, because then it provides that sense of connection, that feeling of healing, I hope.
yes.
That people are looking for.
Yeah, you don't want them sitting there going, "Why?"
Exactly.
That's one of the worst things to go through, and to have the different types like that. And I didn't know if it was similar to, well, let's say in our field, there's some people that call themselves paranormal researchers, some people that call themselves paranormal investigators, some call themselves ghost hunters. So I didn't know if it was a correlation between those two, which it seems to be a lot of marketing too, because I will be the first to say I have seen so many, and I don't know if you guys have watched these shows on Netflix or what have you. I know Sherry's seen one that just obliterates the metaphysical field.
That's
And
so sad.
they're under attack right now. And it's something that we have to pull together and try and fix, because it's so incorrect. They're going way back to the 80s, and it's ridiculous.
I think the problem when, you got the mediums that I grew up with on TV, like Sylvia Brown and people like that, I think the problem with them back then is that because a lot of them came on, talk shows like Sylvia Brown did, it sort of, in a way, made it trivial. And I think that if you have someone who remembers that, you kind of carry that through. And so you have, how many shows do you have now that, so-and-so psychic medium, so-and-so reads for this celebrity, so-and-so, it's a good thing, because the energy is getting out there and people are doing the work and building those connections and bringing that love and healing, which should be the whole point. But then you have those people who remember that sort of like when I was growing up, there was like a backlash. Everybody was like, "Oh, well, you're fake," and all this stuff. And I think people remember that, and they kind of bring that forward. And the skepticism is just ridiculous. And then you have people who compound that by leading the research that 99% of the time is not true in any way, shape, or form. And it annoys me. It hurts me. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I feel you. In terms of evidential mediumship, have you found a difference just for you when communicating with an earthbound, let's say, versus an evolved spirit? Is it there are differences or similarities in how they come through for you?
Well, not usually, because for me, the difference is that I usually ask them, "Where are you? Are you here? Are you on this?" But sometimes I have noticed that people who are, I say people, they were people,
Of course.
who are earthbound. Most of the time they don't know it. So if you go in there and you're like, "Oh, hey, where are you? Who are you? What are you doing here?" Blah, 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 they freak out. So you have to go in. You have to go in with a little bit slower and try to sort of feel them out. Whereas if it's someone who's all the way over, they understand what's going on for the most part.
That's really good advice.
Yeah.
That's amazing advice. And you can burn them out. And hi, Gail, Sylvia, Diet.
Yes. Hi, guys.
You can really burn them out by going in there and just either just overloading with pictures and video and just going crazy. They're gonna. What are they gonna do? Start dancing? I mean, they're gonna haul out of there.
I call it the interrogative interview. Like, don't make it an interrogative job interview. It's like they're going to be put on the spot. People, let's.
Yeah, it's tough.
Well, that right there is what annoys me about. It used to annoy me about the paranormal shows on TV. How far is that?
What time is it?
Sorry, guys.
No worries. What we'll do, let's take a quick break anyway. We're going to take a quick break, clear our throats here, folks, to apologize for that. So you're listening, watching Haunted Voices. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. 18 minutes past the hour, folks. Welcome back. You're watching Haunted Voices. Those of you just joining us, we're talking with author, psychic medium, Leslie Sampson. Check out her website, lesliesampson.com. Wonderful website, by the way.
Yes, it is. I was on it today.
Excellent information over there. I mean, and what we were talking about were, the different types of psychic mediums, the different types of psychics, period. And what I'd like to touch on real quick are card readings. Now, when you first started, I don't know if we discussed this or not, but did you use any kind of oracle cards or tarot cards? Or have you always been au naturel?
Well, when I first started, I started at a shop, and they only wanted me to read cards. They didn't want me to do anything else. So it was strictly psychic reading. And then when I was like, really? Can I just do something else? So then I graduated to doing mediumship. But when I do card readings, it's really energetic readings for me. I don't usually connect up. It's really when I do mediumship readings that we really bring spirit through.
You know, it's interesting. I've had a couple of people come up to me and say, you know, do you recommend a medium that I can go to? And of course, I, you know, have people that I recommend. But then I've had a couple of people say, but I don't want them reading cards. So it makes me think that maybe they had a bad experience with it or something.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you, let's say someone came to you and said, okay, I want a reading, but I don't want you to use tarot cards or oracle cards. What would you say to them? If you, let's say you wanted to use cards, but I mean, let's say they just don't know, or maybe they had a bad experience. So how would you like educate them on like why they're effective, so it can change their mind a little bit?
Well, for me, if somebody's coming to me and they want a mediumship reading, cards they're not even on the table.
Yeah.
There are some people who use them.
Right.
So I don't know. Oh my goodness, yo! Hold on one second.
Oh, I've been there, hon. Don't worry.
Oh, take your time.
Yeah, it's that time. It's that time of year, folks. This is going around, so be careful. Get that emergency stuff. I can't recommend that enough.
Oh, that stuff's good. So what is
stuff.
the other stuff? Airborne.
Even. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
And talking triggers it too.
It
so,
does.
yeah.
It does.
I haven't talked all day just so I could save my voice for tonight. But like I was saying, I would say to someone that the benefit of the cards is to actually give them a visual representation of what spirit is trying to say. Because if you're connected with spirit and the energy comes through and you flip the cards, it literally is going to say what spirit is trying to get through. So that is what I say if somebody really objected. But like I said, I don't really normally use the cards.
Yeah, and I was referring to someone who perhaps like doesn't know the value of them or why they're used and had a bad experience, and then you come in and you educate so they have a different frame of mind on it. So
yeah, I try to give people options because when I started, I was clueless. All I knew is that I talked to dead people, and
poor thing. I mean, it has to be awful growing up. It's just, and then finally you get used to it though. And you get, you're so open-minded to it to where I know my mind is closed. Nicole's, I think yours is open, a lot more open. You're more empathic as well.
Yeah.
I think
I'm just low profile. I keep it low profile.
It's difficult, especially for me growing up. It wasn't really a topic we talked about. So they were imaginary friends as opposed to spirits. And like my mother tells this story, she told me the story. I finally told her that, oh, by the way, I'm a medium. I talk to dead people. Expecting her to totally freak out, right? Her initial response was, she thought about it for a second, and then she's like, that makes so much sense.
Oh, wow.
Ding, ding, ding.
And then she proceeds to tell me all kinds of stories about when I was a toddler, and I'm like, wow, thanks, Mom.
But then it would all make sense. It would all come together, and finally there'd be some answers there to all these little different trials and things you went through and things you saw, things you heard. It had to be mind-blowing back then. Hi, Michael.
Absolutely.
Hi, Michael.
Yes, it was hard. Well, it's funny because when I was in college, I took this elective class. And one of the questions that they asked was, what was your first memory? I had to lie. My first memory was sitting on my bed being, 6 or 7, no, maybe 4 or 5 years old, sitting on the corner of my bed having a conversation with someone who I later found out was my grandfather, who had passed at least 25 years before that moment.
Wow.
Wow.
So can't really say that. So, I said something generic. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, so having that moment where, my mom started it and then my father, it kind of trickled on down the line in my family because each one of them would go, oh my God. And then they would immediately have a memory. So, and believe me when I tell you that nobody in my family, this is not in their belief system. Okay. So that is a battle within itself. I just was like, whatever. I don't care what you believe. This is who I am. But so it was a struggle. But hey, I love listening to the stories about myself.
Right, of course.
And that's okay. It's okay to be you. Absolutely. Sherry's family is the same way. They don't believe in what she does. So, I mean, it's to each their own. But it's this community that needs some awareness. We need to kind of wake up out there a little bit. And what we were talking on another show, and I really love to get your opinion on psychic mediums and investigation teams. Would you go on a paranormal investigation, or do you prefer more non-ghostly related type readings?
Well, I actually was a part of a paranormal team for a very short amount of time in New England. And I don't think I enjoyed it that much. But I was saying before, my one situation that I have with paranormal teams, especially like on YouTube or on television, is they go in there and they start screaming at spirits.
Yeah.
And being aggressive with them, and I just want to strangle them. So if it was me and I was a part of a paranormal team, I would hope that we could have an understanding where we could work together. Now I do have a lot of friends who are psychic mediums who work with paranormal teams, and I think it's fabulous for one reason: they can validate what we're experiencing.
Right.
With science. And, they pick up on the energy just like we do with all of their multitude of instruments. And now, granted, I don't know a lot about them. My knowledge about their instruments is like Ghostbuster level. So I don't really know.
Yeah. Ghostbuster level.
So, but I was addicted to what was that show? The tax people in Rhode Island.
Ghost Hunters.
I was addicted to that show for the longest time. But because I was fascinated, they could actually prove what someone like myself can see, feel, experiences. So that in that aspect, I have a lot of respect for the pairing of a psychic medium on a paranormal investigation.
Yeah, I would agree too. That's a good answer. Good answer.
It's interesting because some teams are just purely, and I'm going to use this word. A lot of people don't like it, but for the sake of argument, purely science oriented, want nothing to do with metaphysics, channeling, intuition, none of that. And it saddens me though, because that's such a huge component about communicating with energies and getting to know the reasons of why they're here, perhaps.
And I get where they're coming from with that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a skeptical Virgo, so I want things to be proven beyond the shadow of a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also aware that it's a little bit like really I'm just like, I really appreciate the fact that you want to prove it with science, but it works so much better when you can collaborate and have that little tiny window open to go, okay, wait a minute, you know what? I'm feeling something not right around here. Let's check this out. Or I'm feeling something over here. Can we check this out? So, I don't know. I'm for the spirit of collaboration. I think it raises the vibration.
It does. Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good way of putting it. And maybe we're not. Oh, go ahead, Todd. Go ahead.
I don't think there's much science to it at all. I think there's a lot more spiritual to what we do out there in the field. There's a lot more to that. Go ahead, Nicole.
I was just going to say real quickly, I often question, do we need black and white proof? What's that going to tell us? To me, what's more important are is the rapport that we have between ourselves and the afterlife, or even other dimensions. Maybe we're not supposed to know exactly everything that goes on. Maybe we're supposed to get glimpses of it, right? So.
I don't disagree with that, because the thing about it is that no matter what it is we're talking about, people are going to have a different experience.
Yes.
Right, subjective. Exactly.
So that is why I like that small scientific aspect of it, because we can say energy doesn't ever die; it just transforms. That's a mathematical and scientific fact.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have, then where does it go? And from that point, it's subjective. It all depends on what you're programmed to, and what you've been taught.
Right. Oh, you said the key word, what you've been taught, and that has what's tainted a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me years. I know it took me years to open up.
Years. But you're talking to somebody who on a daily would talk to dead people and still just completely and totally pushed it away, and was like, no, because I was conditioned to think that it was, I don't know, evil. And it took like a long time to finally go, okay, wait a minute. If it was evil, why was I given it? Why was I given this gift? Yeah, I'm not an evil person. And so from that point, I just been like,
yep, that's all you can do.
So
that's all you can do. What we're going to do, we're going to take our final break here real quick, come back, talk about your book, Twin Flame. Oh, I can't wait to talk about this again.
Love
Get
it.
it out there to the new folks tuning in. So go ahead and roll the Haunted YMCA coming up here. It's a big conference coming up October 7th. And we'll be back here in just a few, folks.
Looking for a unique paranormal experience? The Haunted Rock Island YMCA Paracon, October 7th, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. is just the event you're looking for. You will have the opportunity to investigate the Haunted Rock Island YMCA with ACG Paranormal. Visit with over 60 paranormal and metaphysical vendors from 8 or more states. And pre-order your t-shirts at dvinar@aol.com. Visit a psychic gallery reading, mediums, tea leaf reading, animal communication, dream interpretation, aura reading, tarot and oracle card readings, or get a Reiki healing. See a demonstration of the Estes method by Carly Bird. Presentations by Nick Simons and Aaron G. Thompson of 28 Days Haunted, Greg Bakken from Ghostbox Radio, and headliner Rick Hayes, along with many folks you'll see on Paraflix. Be sure to like and follow our sponsors: Paraflix, WLTK-DB Talk Radio LLC, Studio 6 Productions, Unturned Pages, and Ocean Eye Crystals. General admission is only $5, and all proceeds go directly to the Haunted Rock Island YMCA. For more information on the Haunted Rock Island YMCA Paracon and vendors, look for them on Facebook under Events.
Bottom of the hour. Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Haunted Voices. Those of you just tuning in, if you missed the show, you can find it over there on our Podbean page, hauntedvoicesradio.podbean.com. You can also find it over there on the website, WLTK-DB.com. We're talking with none other than author, psychic medium, Leslie Sampson. Holy cow. We have had a crazy conversation tonight, so you definitely want to rewind and catch up with this, because we have talked about so many great things. And one thing I want to talk about before the show ends, we want to get this in, is your book, Twin Flame. Tell us about it.
Well,
I love the frame picture in the background.
Thank you. Here's the book. Shameless plug. Basically, this book is, a culmination of almost 20 years of research with twin flames, both here on Earth and split between this plane and the next plane, and my own twin flame, who is actually on the other side. His fault. He started all this. And and like I said, I was I'm a skeptical Virgo. I was like, twin flames? What? Reincarnation? What? Come on.
Kidding?
Like, so I actually asked my spiritual team to prove it to me, and I wrote a book about how they proved it to me. And
that's cool. Fascinating.
yeah. So there are so many methods in there to actually help you not only understand the history behind the concept of twin flames, but also methods that you can use to actually discover your own.
Fantastic. Now, twin flame and soulmates, are they the same or are they not?
They are not.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Because a lot of people would think, right? Interchangeable.
Good question.
And it happens. I mean, that's like my number one question I get all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's used so interchangeably.
Right.
But no. Twin flames are literally, there's only, number one, I'm sorry, you can only have one twin flame. You have millions upon millions of soulmates.
Right.
And here's the difference. Twin flames are the same on a soul level, which means they have the same spiritual DNA, the same soul blueprint. They're exactly the same on a soul level. And like I said, there's only one other one. There are some people who think there's multiples, but that hasn't been my experience. And the purpose of the twin flame relationship is soul evolution. And it's to help the soul learn and grow so that, you can work together. And usually, not always, that those lessons are born out of chaos. So I call it my emotional, spiritual twin flame roller coaster because that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Soulmates. Soulmates you can have like a billion of. Like, there's no limit to that. And basically, that is a soul that is compatible with yours. Not the same. It's compatible. But in 99% of the time, they come in and out of your dailies or your world to help you in some way.
Okay.
So, for example, I was feeling pretty rotten earlier, and I stopped to get a drink at this store, and I was like, ugh. And I felt horrible, and so that made me kind of grumpy. And this lady stopped me, tapped me on the shoulder, and she said, "Have a blessed day."
Oh.
Wow.
Just out of the blue. That is a perfect example of a soulmate, because I didn't know her. Had no idea who she was. Grant you, I live in the South, so, everybody does that. But, I wasn't expecting it. So it was just a beautiful thing that actually instantaneously lifted me up out of where I was. So that it can be anything from that, or, an earth angel, someone who does something for you or just shows up in the moment that you need them, or you show up in a moment that somebody else needs something. So that's the point and purpose of the soul.
Wow.
Interesting to hear the two.
It's
right?
night and day.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know.
I didn't know either. It's a connection you can make with a soulmate. You can make just by a tap on the shoulder. You're connected now, and you're courted.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's amazing. And with the twin flame, it is just that one special. And so how do you know for a fact that twin flame is your twin flame?
Well, second most popular question. Hold on, I gotta get a drink first before I answer this question. Hold on a second.
Do your thing. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into this. And hi, Lynn. She's from New Jersey.
Hi, Lynn. Nice to see you. Or like percentage of people that actually meet their twin flames
Yes.
in their mortal lifetime. I'm talking about just mortal lifetime, not.
Well, this is part of the thing. It's part of the question. So how do you know? Basically, your soul recognizes its match. And so it comes up with any way it possibly can to clue your brain into this. So most people will describe it as you just know. Well, your soul knows. Your brain doesn't. So it could be anything from having, instantaneous connection, or love at first sight. It could be, I just met you, but I feel like I've known you forever.
Yes.
It could be,
Okay.
sort of like, I call it the Disney ending, where it's the magical ending. It isn't, but it's sort of that connection that you instantaneously know that this person is your match. It doesn't make any logical sense to your brain. Your brain will be 100% confused. Every person I've
that
worked
makes
with,
so much sense.
every person I've worked with, and I've worked with a lot of people. They're like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I worked with someone one time who received a phone call telling them that a friend of a friend, someone she didn't even know, passed away. And she just absolutely went into hysterics. And she had never met this person on Earth. And she went into hysterics, crying, screaming, and having a fit. And then, a little while later, I met her, and we were talking, and she's like, why? Like, well, your soul knew something your brain didn't. Because your soul is like grieving that loss of that earthly presence. So of course, yeah, it's going to confuse the heck out of you. So but that is the way that if you're someone like me, your soul has got to get your attention. So it's going to put it right in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to confuse you. But I don't want to say that it feels like that one true love vibration, because that's what a lot of people think twin flames are. And that's not necessarily the truth. I just want to take that myth and throw it out the window.
Throw it out the window.
I hate it. I hate it.
Get out of here.
Because that is the genesis of why people think they're supposed to meet their twin flame here on Earth in a physical existence. But twin flames are connected throughout all space and time. So I could be on Earth, and my twin flame could be on Mars or Targon 9, or in a completely different existence, in a completely different time. It doesn't make him any less my twin flame. You know what I mean?
Interesting. What about humans and animals? Can they be twin flames?
Great question, Nicole.
Got my wheels spinning there a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, 100%. And here's how I know.
Yeah.
Here's, I worked with someone who, it was strange because, I'm an animal communicator, so that was kind of a bonus. But he kept saying, there's this dog, and he keeps following me. And I don't know if it's because he wants to live with me, or if there's just some kind of weird connection. Super long story short, he eventually adopted the dog, but it turned out it was his twin flame incarnated into.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Now, I have to say, most people, especially in the people who have studied a lot, they'll say no, you can't incarnate down, and there's got to be a specific amount of time between lifetimes. But you know what I say? Whatever.
I agree. I mean, how can you put a time limit on it?
Yeah,
it
you
doesn't
really
make
can't.
sense.
When it comes to soul work and lessons and evolution, I don't think there are any rules, basically. I think that your soul can come in and do what it needs to do to educate itself and evolve.
It's wonderful advice. And where can folks find your book? Where can they get it? Because we have just a few minutes here. We've got another show coming up.
Okay. It's available on Amazon, And last time I checked, they only had like 15 copies left, which was great. And also, that's the best place to get it is Amazon. And that link is actually on my website, lesliesampson.com.
Oh, that's
Fantastic.
so awesome. I love this topic. I really do.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having you on once again. Of course, we're going to have you back again here soon, very soon.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. And I promise next time I won't cough.
Oh, don't worry about it.
You just get better and know that there is an upside. It does get better.
Thank you. Right. I appreciate that.
Take care, Leslie.
Bye, Leslie. Bye, guys.
And there she was, Leslie Sampson. Be sure to check out her website, lesliesampson.com. You can order a book from there or on Amazon, Twin Flame. What do you think, Nicole?
I just love this topic. It's just such a heartwarming, charming topic.
Yeah, I definitely screwed up and learned something.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I love shows like that when you
Me
walk
too.
away and there is information to be learned. So
yep.
I can't thank you all enough for taking time out of your busy schedules to tune in tonight.
Thanks,
Be
guys.
sure and stay tuned. Coming up next, Passport to the Paranormal. They are next with Dr. Heather Lee and Joe Frankie. So be sure and check out that show. They're on from 9 to 11. So from all of us here at WLTK-DB, Talk Radio, and Haunted Voices, have a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.